Louis Henrique, or is it Louis? I can never tell, asks, "Hi Julian, in your personal opinion, what's the most important skill in English?" Good question. Let's talk about that. Good morning, good afternoon, or good evening. I'm Julian Northbrook from doingenglish.com. What, in my personal opinion, is the most important skill when it comes to speaking English as a second language? That would be, quite simply, the ability to be clear when it comes to speaking the language. I mean, when you're speaking to someone, you're explaining something, you're telling a story, you're talking about something. The people who come across as being very, very proficient users of English are people who really get the language, get the fundamental, basic language on a very advanced level, and are able to talk, explain things, speak in a very clear, precise, simple, but still quite deep kind of way. They're not the kind of people who know lots of big, complicated, advanced words and grammar, but really actually don't know how to use them in an appropriate way. If you can't explain something simply, famously said Albert Einstein, you don't understand it well enough, and that is very, very true. Check out this video here for a more detailed discussion on this. Clarity is also very important when it comes to the way that you actually sound. Research has shown time and time again that people have an aversion, quite a strong aversion, to people who are difficult to understand because they've got a strong accent or bad pronunciation, or because their rhythm or their pronunciation is off in some way, and that makes it hard to catch and to hear and to really understand what it is that they're trying to say. For example, there is research, very good research in fact, that very clearly shows that when native speakers are asked to rate how proficient they believe an English learner to be, they always rate the people who have clear, easy to understand pronunciation the highest, even if in reality those people are actually quite a low level. And the same is true vice versa. People who are what we would consider an advanced level, they probably have very high test scores, but sound like shit and are really, really hard to understand. Native speakers actually judge them to be quite poor in the language. There's also research that shows that many native speakers are actually naturally biased against, prejudiced against, and distrust people with strong accents, even if they're not actually aware of it. And this really all comes down to the way that human beings tend to form groups, tribes of people. Watch this video here for a detailed explanation of that in terms of conversational theory, but also it's relevant to this as well. Now, this of course doesn't mean that you have to sound like a British person or have to sound like an American person. No, you don't have to have any specific accent. What is important is not the actual accent that you have, but rather how clear the way that you speak is. And an important element of this is chunking. Do you chunk your language properly? Because that is one of the really big defining factors in how clear and easy to understand you're going to be. Because native speakers don't speak using individual words and grammar rules, computing those in their heads and speaking word by word by word. No, we store chunks of language in long-term memory and we speak using those chunks. This means that when we're speaking, we are naturally chunking our language as we go. See what I did there? Get good at doing that. Learn in chunks first and foremost, and get good at pronouncing and speaking in chunks. If you're not sure how to do that, you're going to want to check out my book, Master English Fast, which goes into immense detail and shows you step by simple step how you can change your focus when it comes to learning and perfecting your English, and really start to speak in the way that native speakers do. masterenglishfast.com, or click on the link in the description. It's available as a paperback, on Amazon, and regardless, you get the audiobook with it for your listening enjoyment. Another way that clarity is very important in the way that you speak is that the actual things that you are saying make sense and are clear as to why you are saying them to the people that you are talking to. For example, when I first came to Japan, I would often try to insert British humor into my Japanese speaking, thinking that it would make me funny and people would laugh. What it actually did was just confuse the hell out of people because nobody understood why this crazy British guy was saying things like, "Beautiful day today," when it was obviously pissing it down with rain. Being clear then also means getting the culture of the people that you're talking to and the expectations of what they think that you're going to say and mean by the things that you're going to say. Watch this video for an example on that, where I talk about an experience that I had when I went to Manila. So I hope Louis, whichever it is that you use. My youngest son is called Louis, but we spell it with the S. It's a silent S, but other people are forever confused. Is it Louis? Is it Louis? I don't know. Mr. Louis Henrique. I hope that answers your question. What do I believe to be the most important skill in English? The ability to be clear when you speak. Check out Master English Fast if you haven't already. This is me, Julian Northbrook, signing out from another video. Thank you. Take care. Don't get caught doing anything that I wouldn't do, and I'll see you same time, same place tomorrow for the next exciting installment. Goodbye. When is it better to use those difficult advanced lexis and jargon in order to become more clear in your speaking? Check this video for a discussion on that. And have a look at this video right here for my top 5 tips on becoming advanced in English conversation.